Atenção todos! Aí vem mais uma vez. What's this?
Well, good morning, my friends, and welcome on in. Listen, welcome on into another space of Anchored. I am having some tech issues this morning, but we're going to move forward anyhow. So, listen, if you've been feeling the pressure of purpose, the weight of the assignment, or the pain of the process, I stopped by today to just remind you that you are in your push season. This is the season where, my friends, you are called to push. So I just want to remind you to do just that very thing. So whether you are birthing a book, you're launching your business, you are relaunching your business, you're stepping back into it, or you're stepping into something new, then friends, I want to encourage you to keep going. Don't stop now. Even when quitting seems easier, I want you to keep going. Listen, let me give you scripture because leadership isn't just about showing up when it's easy. No, no, no. It's about standing firm even when it's hard, when it becomes difficult. It's not about staying anchored in faith. It is about staying anchored in faith, even while everything else around you seems like it's chaotic or it's shifting or everything around you is moving. This is the time for you not to grow weary. Uh-huh. Galatians 6 and 9 tells us to let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. In due season, my friends, at the proper time, my friends. So this scripture reminds us that we carry our purpose, our vision, our calling. We're carrying it, but it's bigger than us. It's not just for us. It's for those who are called to us, those that we're called to serve. And the weight of that can feel like pressure. It can feel like pressure. But even though you may be feeling the pressure of what you didn't get done the first quarter, the pressure of what you didn't get done last month, last week, listen, this is the time for you to hunker down and just go ahead and push. Go ahead and push. So, what do you do when the pressure hits? What do you do when you're feeling this way? Well, friends, when you're birthing a business, when you're birthing a book, when you are building the ministry, it can feel like no one even sees you. It can feel like no one else is there. But this is when your push matters most. I know the feeling because can I just say, been there, done that? I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. I know it can be intimidating. And I also know that packing your bags, giving up, relieving yourself from the pressure and the process could seem like the easiest thing to do. But I want to give you 5 ways to stay anchored and resilient in this season. When you're feeling this way, 5 ways that you can stay anchored. Number one is to really keep your vision in front of you. Keep your vision in front of you so that you can remain focused and be reminded that this is bigger than me, that I have a plan. There's a plan that I've released to God because I put my plans in His hands. See, you can't forget in this season what God has shown you in prayer. You can't forget in this season what you've heard. You can't forget in this season what He's given you and placed inside of you because you're feeling the pain of the process. No, this is not that time. This is the time for you to focus, for you to be reminded. So keep your vision somewhere where you can see it. Keep the vision visible. Yeah. Keep the vision visible somewhere where you can see it daily. You can be reminded of it daily. Put it on your phone. Make it your screensaver. Whatever you have to do, put it in the space where you brush your teeth. But keep the vision visible. That's one. And number two, I want you to stay rooted and grounded in God's presence. Hmm? This is the time where we can feel like nothing else matters, no one else matters, nobody else is saying nothing. But listen, you weren't meant to do this alone. So don't allow yourself to isolate. No, 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 no. Stay rooted and grounded in the presence of the Father. When you are weak, that's when his strength shows up. It's in those vulnerable moments when you truly have to hunker down and tap in, not into your own strength, but into the strength of the Father. All right. Number three, I want you to be willing to pivot. You may be feeling pressure because the pressure is pushing you into position to pivot. When you get closer to birthing, my friends, the breathing pattern for women physically, the breathing pattern typically changes. So you may have to pivot some things. You may have to pivot some things. The pressure may be a reroute for your plans, but it's never a cancellation of the promise. I'm going to say that again. The pressure that you're feeling right now may be a reroute to your plans, but it's never a cancellation to the promise. So, my friends, what I'm telling you is be open minded because maybe it's time for you to pivot. Maybe it's time for you to shift and do something different. And the pressure is really pushing you to get into position to pivot. Think about that. Then, my friends, I kind of alluded to number four a little bit earlier. Don't flow in isolation. Don't flow in isolation. When you're birthing, the worst thing you can do is birth by yourself. I know I've heard stories of it happening, but I wouldn't recommend it. Surround yourself with kingdom midwives, with kingdom minded, like minded people who will pray for you, who will push you, who will pour back into you. This is the season where you have got to be open enough to allow people into your space, into your private space. And I'm not saying everybody belongs in that space. Be very intentional, be very discerning, because this is the space where it's very intimate and people, everybody can't handle that intimate space. Everybody can't carry you through because everybody's not meant to. So I'm not telling you to go bleed on the people. I'm not telling you to just have open season. I'm suggesting that you flow in discernment and get your core people surrounded by you. And even some of us have core people, but then we are too guarded to where we won't give them the opportunity to support us. This is not the season for you to be so guarded that no one else can get in and you won't allow them to support you. That's number four. Don't birth in isolation. Number five, take the next step, even if it's small. The next step is still just the next step. Take it. Stop procrastinating. Stop saying one day when. You don't have to move fast. You don't have to move when everybody else is moving. You don't even have to move like everybody else is moving. You just got to move. You just have to move. Listen, this push season is not your breaking point. It's your birthing moment. You come too far to quit now, so you won't become weary in your well doing. You've got to know and stand on and be convinced that you're not just called, you're chosen. It may look like everybody else is doing the exact same thing, and perhaps they are. However, they're not doing it the way that you are doing it. They won't have your thumbprint. And guess what? The world needs what you have. The world needs what God has placed in you for such a time as this. And only you can bring it forth. So it's time for you to push. It's time for you to birth. So tell me, drop it in the comments. What are you birthing this season? And I want us to push together. I want us to push together. See, pushing is determination, it's action, it's focus. It's when you're really moving and getting some things done. So until next time, my friends, I want you to stay rooted, stay ready, and stay anchored, and make sure you push. All right. Be blessed and have a great and amazing day.